Live. Welcome everybody to Bet Edge on this beautiful Wednesday, February the 8th. We hope you're all doing well out there. And if the day's not going so well for you, hopefully we're going to pick you up here. We're going to put some money in your pockets. And tomorrow's going to be a much, much better day. All right? So how are we going to do that? How are we going to put money in your pockets? We're going to break down this NBA card. We're going to provide you with an abundance of information. And hopefully just make your bets a little bit better. So without further ado, let's dive right into this card. We've got a huge card tonight, 10 or 11 games on the NBA slate, and some spots that we really like. The first game we're going to get to is the Los Angeles Lakers versus the New York Knicks. This site here I'm using, it's called covers.com. If you're not familiar with it, please check it out. It's a great site with an abundance of information, beautifully organized. I'll go through it real quickly here while we break down this game to show you the things that I like to look at. The first thing I like to look at, right under my head there, you'll see the line history. It's popping up. Just give it a second. So this line opened at 1.5, plus 1.5 points for the home New York Knicks. So they're a short home dog. And no line movement. No line movement at all. So just something to keep in mind when we see the lines moving. We like to ask ourselves why, and you can usually get a lot of information there. We don't have to really deal with that there with no line movement. Just moving along here. The percentages you see, it's the percentage of bets that this book has on each side right now. So 70% concisively on the Clippers here. So let's try to figure out why. If we just go down here into the recent meetings, you'll see the Clippers have won the last 8 matchups between these teams. 4 in LA, 4 in New York. So they don't seem to struggle too much playing there on the East Coast, at least not at Madison Square Garden. So that's a check mark on the Clippers side right away. They have great history in this building and against this team. So now if you just look at the Clippers' last little bit, they've not been playing great. Obviously, a ton of injuries, just getting Blake Griffin back. Chris Paul still out. They've lost their last 3 games. They're coming off 1-day rest, and they're playing their 3rd game in 4 nights. So not an extremely rested bunch, but not a back-to-back or anything too crazy to watch out here for the Clippers. Looking at the Knicks' recent schedule, pretty much the same. They've got 1-day rest. They haven't left New York in about 4 days, so that's a good thing for the Knicks. They should be fairly rested today. So they could be a little bit more rested than the Clippers coming in here, but I don't see a decisive edge in the rest factor either way. Nothing too crazy. So what else are we going to look at? How else are we getting an edge here? I like to check out the referees. It shows you we've got James Capers, Eric Dahlen, and David Guthrie officiating tonight's games. I don't have a problem with really any one of those 3 are not egregiously bad referees to me. Another thing I do like to look at a lot is the day's rest. So if you look here, Clippers are 20-11 coming off 1-day rest, and the Knicks 15-16. So the Clippers usually a little sharper on the NBA average 1-day rest. Obviously playing without Chris Paul still, so that record could be a little inflated in terms of the team we're going to see tonight. Just heading down to the injuries. Chris Paul out. Johnson still out. Really hasn't played too much, so not a big factor there. We do not expect Joakim Noah to be playing in this game. I think he does help the Knicks when he's in the lineup. They don't have too many other bigs that they can count on. They play Kyle O'Quinn and Hernan Gomez. He's not playing too bad, but definitely will be missing a big body, which should hurt them a little bit. So just going through there, we don't have too much to go on. So just get down to my breakdown of this game. Just bear with me 1 second here. We've got it right here. So we've got this game 108-104 for the Los Angeles Clippers. And now that's just based on the averages of these 2 teams. These are the stats that I pull from RealGM.com. These are the stats I think that really help me decide who has an edge in these games. So just looking at it, They have very similar paces, which I find lessens the variance just a little bit when teams are playing each other. The Clippers have a decisive edge in offense, defense, field goal percentage, points per shot. The Knicks have a slight rebounding edge, and the Clippers take better care of the basketball with that turnover edge. So the Clippers basically have an edge in just about every stat category. They are the better team here. The Knicks have been struggling. Lots of trade rumors swirling around Carmelo Anthony, especially to this Clippers team. And this Clippers team coming off 3 straight-up losses. They don't want to be sliding down the Western Conference standings too far. They're gonna want to compete for that home playoff seeding all year. Blake Griffin's got to want to put a winning streak here together without Chris Paul. I think they're the better team. I think they'll be the more motivated team. So I do like the Clippers here tonight as a short road favorite. 1.5 points. Lay it with the Clippers. That should work out really well for us. At least that's what we're hoping. Just trying to look at my notes here to see if I saw anything else. Nothing too much. We're expecting a hungry Clippers team versus the Knicks team that we haven't seen too much hunger from this team all year. I mean, they're a supremely talented team, but fairly inconsistent. They rely far too heavily on the talent. I think Doc Rivers has a little bit of a coaching edge. I like the Clippers' talent better in this game. I think they're going to be the more motivated team, laying a short price with a better team. I think that's always a good idea. So that's our first play of the day, guys. Los Angeles Clippers. Put it on the board. Good luck to you as always. Thanks for tuning in. Good night and good luck.